Peace to all beings. Peace to all beings. Peace to all beings. We're here. Give me a moment. Okay. I'm going to try to explain to you the process that you are going through individually. You've heard of karma. Well, this is a little bit beyond karma. You're on one side of a portal. You're also on the other side of a portal. And you are also in the middle of the portal. Now the energy comes down through the portal to the middle one of you in the portal, down to the physical you on this side of the portal. And what you don't understand yet is every word you speak and say is a prayer. You're going to learn to walk in prayer. Pick one. Doesn't matter. It's the attitude of the prayer. And on one level it does matter, because you'll eventually figure out you're supposed to know what you're doing here. This is really happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a YouTube video you're watching or participating in, we'll say. You're in the process of becoming who you are yourself. Receiving information, yes. In the heart chakra, yes. From the answer to your thoughts, going through the middle portal of you, to the God force of you, we'll call it, the divine force, the Father's force, that is always answering your prayers. Always answering your prayers. And what you don't understand yet, your thoughts are your prayers. Your daily thoughts as you're walking this world in your physical form now is to understand yourself in a prayerful attitude. To understand yourself in a prayerful attitude. Not what anyone else is doing now. When the heart chakra opens up in what you call for real, in your world, there'll be a tendency to fall forward with the blessings of it. You need to back it up into the skeletal structure and maintain that frequency so it can move up into the head so you can become a realized being. By that I mean you will know what you're thinking, why you're thinking it, and from whence it's coming. Because it's always an answer to some prayer or some thought you had. And you're going to have to even learn to correct your thoughts. And that's the importance of prayerful attitude. You're not going to get away with anything now. It is happening to you, each of you that are reading this individually. So you need to connect with your three selves in one level this way. The serious intent of yourself in the physical, communicating with the one in the portal and understand it's an abyss, there's nothing there. And you're in the light on the other side, and you're receiving the prayers, the answer to the prayers. But you've got to go get into the portal and think true thoughts without blaming another. Conscious awareness of yourself in your moment and the purpose of your being. And you're going to find out that purpose of the being is to drink water, pray, and breathe. That's the purpose. Drink water, pray, and breathe. You're 70% water. It's a consciousness that covers the whole planet pretty much. And it's vibrating through you now. You've got to learn to balance it within the conscious physical structure of yourself, your body, your form, your house. For it is a house. It's a divine house, and you're going to start cleaning it up on the inside. That happens when you're in the portal and you see what the one in the physical world is thinking, and you see what the answer is going to be from the one in the divine world, and you have to adjust it. So you're going to have to learn to accept communication from the self of you that's in the portal. Accept communication. Recognize it. You'll feel it in your spine, behind the solar plexus in your back, behind the heart chakra. It's a physical sensation. You can't make it up. You'll know when you make contact. You might be frightened, yes. That's a key. It's called the fear of God. And in the presence of yourself where you have to calm down. You're going to need to calm down, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to find out that you're part of a superior court. You're expected to act differently. You expect to know things. You're supposed to do what you call manifest. Make presents for yourself. And I'm not talking in the sexual energy thing you beings play with now here. I'm talking about the desires and fulfillment of yourself within the physical skeleton of you. Your bones enjoy talking and understand the resonance in the heart chakra, in the ribs. They feel it. You're going to learn to feel space. Not just see it, because anything you see you react to automatically. Can't help it. It's a judgment thing. We call it balance. We call it balance. You call it something else. It brings up your angers and things and reactions when you watch your TV and this, that. That's not you. You're having somebody trying to convince you it's you. You need to figure out what yourself is. Fruits, vegetables, little meats, yeah, no problem. Greens. Talk to the planet. Grow things. Isolate yourself in the contempt that is being expressed out there all over the world. Be glad you can grow a thing and nourish yourself on it. Simple space. Air, water, breathe. You're going to need to calm the bones, entities, because this is really happening. You have overlays. Your organs are individual beings. Literally, like they have personalities like you do. They react. You're going to need to communicate with them and work within yourself as what you call the companionship of the human form. It includes all organs, lymphatic system, all of your systems, your blood system, all of these things. Your fat, your skins, the follicles of hair, the hair particles, your hair. It all has consciousness of you. It's part of the inexpressive you coming out, want to say something, but it can't say anything from the inside, so it pushes out little hair. Refer yourselves, and also defensive things. Things so much you don't know about yourself, but you're going to learn. You're in that process now, learning. You are. Pay attention. Everyone's talking. You've got to stop. You've got to pray and be a prayerful attitude. You've got to be aware that your thoughts are prayers, because the middle one of you, that's connected to the solar plexus and heart chakra, is in the center of that void. It's called the dark God presence. I guess you understand it if you think you can have a personality. But you've got to release the thought, because the thought goes to the Father's force for answer to the prayer. You're going to have to understand that you are system integrate here. Integrate. I-N-T-E-R-G-R-A-T-E. That means in totality everywhere. Within things and about things and within the breath of all things. So you're going to learn yourselves, and you've got to be delicate there. Because your movements indicate certain things. Once you have your thoughts under control and you're in a prayerful attitude, your movement has to be delicate. Because the prayerful attitude creates a space around you of sanctity. And you have entities in that space. And they come to respect you for your divinity. Not pay homage, but the recognition of it. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it. But you have to be careful. It's an influence at times. You're here to help them also. They're here to help you because they balance space. You don't know how your room stays square yet. Or your house stays cubic. Or round, or whatever. You don't know how the forms continue to maintain themselves yet, because it's a materialistic understanding here. But you understand the blessing between the molecules, and you're going to find that out. Things are shifting. We've told you that. Space is shifting. You have to integrate yourself within it and walk and think in a prayerful manner. Walk and think in a prayerful manner. Back up, because your skeleton wants to use the skull. And it wants to use the throat chakra. so it can express itself as a form within you, supporting all other organs and structure, and gives you the ability with the ligaments and muscles to move about vertically. You're going to have to be thankful for all parts of yourselves. And the illness is caused by what we're going to call spiritual ignorance. Because you were healthy when you were born, you were healthy in the fetus, and then you start accepting things. You've got to learn to shut off things that are appropriate in the understanding of yourself, without argument. So that means you have to prepare yourselves for your day tomorrow, tonight. And prepare yourselves for your day tomorrow when you wake up with prayer. And prepare yourself during the day at noon for the evening sessions of prayer, to be in a safe and respectful manner, with the time and space for your healing. Healing will take place, entities, if you're really paying attention to what I've been saying, specifically at 6 p.m. in the evening, no matter where you are. That's the open portal. You have a few moments, well, you got, I'd say, 20, 30 minutes there, where there's a sanctity involved in prayers being offered up. And they don't get through the middle portal into what you call your midnight. The answers come in your morning upon waking, because that's your time difference. Once you get developed your understanding of yourself as instantaneous, you're there because you're there for a reason. Blessings and peace to all beings. Mercy to all beings, especially when you begin to determine your understanding. We have times and pleasures in being allowed the ability to communicate some of these things to you. We are aware that your words can be confusing for one another unless you have vibrant description down to the detail of what's standing where. It's peace to all beings and mercy, and enjoy the space you're in, enjoy the breath you have, and begin to enjoy the visions you're going to begin to see of the blessings you've received from understanding yourself, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the divine influences in all things, and peace to all beings. You're going to have to understand these things, and you're going to have to understand the significance of the Virgin Mother. Because you all came from a mother. And there's a greater significance. So pay attention to the responsibility you have being of her. As she says, blessings and peace to all beings, mercy for ones that don't understand, protection for ones, especially the little ones. Amen. We are true.